you beautiful people, welcome back to another video. And in today's video I'm actually going to do a late March TBR. That's gonna go into April, but I probably will still do an April TBR video. That's maybe part of a reading vlog, because I do plan to start those very soon. I know I keep saying that, but I do plan to start them very soon. I'm just trying so hard to find my phone tripod before I start them, but that might not happen. I might just have to bite it down. Anyways though, it is currently the 11th of March, and this video is going to go up on Friday. So, like I said, it's a little bit of a late March TBR video, but I still wanted to film one because I'm really trying hard to get back into a reading mood after going into really bad reading slump, which the way my reading slumps works is I actually start books and never finish them. So I have currently 5 reading books that I'm currently reading, and we're going to talk about them because I refuse to DNF any of the books I'm currently reading, because I have already DNF'd a lot of books since December when my reading slump started. So yeah, that's how my reading slumps look like, is I start a bunch of books and I never finish them. And we're gonna talk about those. 2 of the currently reading books isn't currently in this month's TBR because I'm just not in the mood to read them, and we will go over that in just a minute. I also want to say that I'm sorry I look so rough. Me and my husband have not been getting a lot of sleep with our kiddo. Our kiddo hasn't been sleeping regularly this last like 2 to 3 weeks. His teething has been tremendously painful for him, so he hasn't been sleeping, and it's been an entire thing, and I'm so tired and so over it. But that's besides the point, so I apologize for the way I look. I know I look rough. Now we're going to get into what I am currently reading, and then we'll get into my TBR. So 2 of the books that aren't currently in my TBR is the one that I've been currently reading for the longest, which is A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, which is the second book to the Blood and Ash series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's currently sitting over there in my books. I got that for my birthday from my great uncle, and I received it from him in October when me and my husband came to visit my mom for her birthday. So yeah, that's where we currently are with that one. Is I'm just not in a romantasy mood. I did really enjoy the first one, shockingly. I didn't expect to like the first one, but I actually did quite enjoy it, and I do want to continue the series. It's just, like I said, I'm not in a romantasy mood, so it's still on page 40 something. I think it's chapter 2, and yeah, it's just sitting over there. I feel really bad too, because me and my mom actually started reading that book together. She's currently all caught up within that universe from Jennifer L. Armentrout. She read both the From Blood and Ash and the other series that's a part of the universe. I just forgot what it's called because they're all similar names. But she's currently, I believe, all caught up and ready for the last book of the From Blood and Ash series to come out in June. So yeah, but I do still feel really bad because I know she really wanted me to read it, and I just haven't been in the mood to read it. And I think honestly that helped me get into a reading slump, is because I was trying to force myself to read it. So yeah, that's one of the books I'm currently reading that I'm not going to be reading this month. The other book that I'm not going to be picking up in this month either, but I hope to get in the mood to read it soon, is Savage Son by Jack Carr. It is the 3rd book in the James Reese series, and I do really want to read it because my husband's reading that series. He's currently on In the Blood, which is the, I think, 5th book in the James Reese series. Right? Well, yes, the 5th book. So I'm trying to catch up to him so me and him can read the last 2 books together. So hopefully after I read all of these books that's currently on my TBR, I will pick that one back up. I am currently on page 20, chapter like 3 of that book, and I've been trying to read it since December because I got all of the paperback copies from 3 to 7. No, 3 to 5. Right? No. 1, 2, 3, 3 to 6. I got 3 to 6 of the books, so I got 4 of the books that I did not have of the paperbacks, so I could finish reading them from my father-in-law, and I have been trying to read it since December, like I said, and yeah, I'm just not in the mood to read a semi-realism thriller book. So yeah, those are the 2 books that aren't going to be featured in my TBR video that I won't be reading. The other books that I'm going to be reading that is on my currently reading, which hopefully I will get these 3 done, so I'll only have those 2 that I'm currently reading that's been sitting there for a while. So hopefully, fingers crossed. So I will be reading, the first book I will be reading this month, I'm sorry, I'm really tired. The first book I will be reading in this month is going to be Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. This is the 3rd book in the Emily Wilde series, and the last, sadly. But I really want to read it. I don't want to do what I did last year when the 2nd book came out and start it in February and not finish it until November. So yeah, we're gonna finish reading this one. I've been trying to read it since last month, since February when it came out. And yeah, we're gonna just get through this book this month because I refuse to make it stretch out long, although I really don't want it to end, but it's okay. So we got that one. The other book that I'm currently reading that I'm going to actually read after Emily Wilde's is Satan's Affair by H.D. Carlton. This is the technical first book you're supposed to read within the Haunting Adeline universe. So I'm currently trying to read it so I can read one of my most anticipated releases of this year that's actually not going to be featured in this TBR video because, yeah, I'm actually going to explain it after I get past this one. So, the other book that I'm currently reading is I'm rereading Dracula by Bram Stoker. This is my Lit Joy Crate edition though. I actually got this, so I started rereading it in January, and I started reading a paperback that my husband got me, but my husband also pre-ordered these for me last year and they actually finally came in, so I went ahead and switched from the paperback that I had, that I was currently reading it on, to this Lit Joy Crate special edition because it is gorgeous and it comes with illustrations. And yeah, I'm on page 76 and I do hope to finish rereading it soon, but I don't know in which order these are gonna go. I just know I'm gonna finish those other 2 and then read whatever I want after that, because I think that's also contributing to my reading slump, is I feel like I need to read the books that I'm doing for TBRs and that I have on my TBR and this, that, or the other. So we're just not going to give me any caps, so the TBR I have for this video could possibly change throughout the month depending on what I'm feeling in the mood to read. But right now at this very moment I'm wanting to read a lot more cozy fantasy because that's what actually got me. That's what also contributed into getting me into a reading slump, is I read Legends and Lattes within 24 hours. I haven't done that in a really long time where I read a book that fast. And it was Legends and Lattes. So I'm gonna go back and try to read a bunch of cozy fantasy to see if it'll get me out of the reading slump, since that book helped get me into a reading slump. So yeah, that's the theme of this TBR right now, as what I'm currently feeling right now is to just read a bunch of cozy fantasy, and I own a lot of cozy fantasy that I've been really wanting to read lately. I have a bunch of books that I really want to read that's cozy fantasy, so we're gonna try it, which includes Emily Wilde's. But Satan's Affair and Dracula are 2 of the 4 books that aren't cozy fantasy but have cozy elements to it. Like, there is some cozy elements to Dracula, although it's a classic horror, but I think there's like some cozy elements to it, so that's there. Satan's Affair I just really want to read, so I'm prepared to read Phantom by H.D. Carlton, which is, like I said, one of the most anticipated releases of this year that I have. But like I said, I just want to finish reading Satan's Affair, especially since it's such a short book, so I can read Phantom whenever I'm ready to. So yeah. So now let's go ahead and get into the rest of these TBR books. I have 12 altogether for my TBR. One being The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. So I read The Hobbit, which is actually a children's grade book, last year in August, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I actually tabbed it. I didn't annotate it, but I tabbed it. And I am planning to tab this one as well, but these ones aren't specifically written for children. I know The Hobbit technically was. And yeah, I just really want to start it, especially since it's the first one, so it's gonna have that cozy, like, beginning of the movies feeling, and I can't wait. I've been wanting to honestly pick this up since I read The Hobbit. So yeah, that's the plan. Definitely probably gonna pick that one up sooner than later, but we'll see. The next 2 books are from the same author, so I'm gonna go ahead and do them at the same time, which is Emma and Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. So Sense and Sensibility is one of my favorite Jane Austen movies, but I do really like the Emma that came out in 2021. And these 2 Jane Austen books are the ones that I really want to read, because I've technically read Pride and Prejudice. Me and my mom listened to the audiobook for it a while ago, so that one's not high on the list, but I do want to read all of her other work. And these are the 2 that I want to start with. So they're gonna have cozy elements to it, but you know, they're like classic romance, and like I figured out last year actually that I love classics, and I do want to read a lot more classics this year. So we're gonna reread Dracula, and then we're gonna read 2 Jane Austen books. And yeah, super excited. I'm super happy with these beautiful paperbacks. Like, I love these paperbacks. I actually have Dracula in these paperbacks. That's the paperback I was actually reading it on until I got the LitJoy Crate edition. And then I actually do have Phantom of the Opera, Frankenstein, The Scarlet Letter, and I think that's all I have for these paperbacks, but I love collecting these paperbacks, and I do plan to collect more of these paperbacks. But yeah, a little fun tidbit is I just love this specific publisher company for paperbacks. Now that tangent's done, let's go ahead and move on. So the next cozy fantasy is this one, Can't Spell Treason Without Tea. My husband actually pointed this out, and I read the back of it, and he's like, it seems like it's right up your alley, and then he just bought it for me. I had no choice in the matter, and I really want to read it because I've actually really been wanting to read it since we got it, and I'm actually going to take this off soon. But yeah, I really want to read it. Like I said, cozy fantasy, love it. I know there's a second book too, so I can actually get the second one. Another cozy book that's technically a children's book that I don't think should be a children's book. I actually think it should be like a young adult book, which is Harry Potter. This is the third book though. This is And the Prisoner of Azkaban. And these are my beautiful Gryffindor editions that my husband got me. And I have read all the way up until book 5. I stopped in the middle of book 5 because me and my husband were moving when I was currently reading it, but I left those copies with my mom and my siblings. So since my husband finally got me these for Christmas, I'm gonna go ahead and start picking them up again, which me and my mom are actually gonna start reading them together. We're just gonna reread the third one, and my mom's just rereading the series. She's just gonna read it with me. So I'm gonna be rereading from the third one. And yeah, super excited. Been wanting to pick Harry Potter back up. And you know, Harry Potter kind of has that like cozy vibe sometimes, and I love it. So I just really want to read it. So yeah, and the third Harry Potter book is actually my favorite Harry Potter book so far. We'll see when we get to the 6th, because I actually really enjoyed the 6th movie, although it gets really dark. But I just realized there we go. But yeah, so super excited to continue Harry Potter soon, hopefully. The next book is a book that I actually do really want to read, which is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I've heard such spectacular things about this book, and I know it's a fantasy and it's not technically cozy, but it's like a gothic fantasy, and honestly, I think I'm in the mood to read it. So I really want to pick it up, and my husband's actually about to buy me the Fairy Loot editions off of Pango of the entire Belladonna series. He's gonna get me Belladonna, Foxglove, and Wisteria of the Fairy Loot editions because they're gorgeous and I love them, and I can't wait. But for right now, until I wait for them to come in, I will be reading this one that I already have. I will probably be getting rid of this one though, because I don't want to have several books. Plus, this one's spine is printed upside down, which I find really funny, actually. I don't know if all Belladonna is like that, but like right here, it's like right side up. Just a neat little tidbit, but I think I'm gonna get rid of this one because I have several copies of a lot of other books that I own, and I don't want too many. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one once I get those in. But yeah, if I start reading it before I get those in, I'll be reading this paperback, this hardcover of Belladonna. So I'm really excited to hopefully read this soon as well. And then we're down to the last 3 books. So we're gonna keep this one for last because to me that one's the best one. The next one I want to read because I have 2 editions of. So funny story, I actually canceled my Fairy Loot adult fantasy subscription box and kept my Owlcrate one. I actually have the Owlcrate adult fantasy, the young adult book and goodies box, a subscription box, and the Illumicrate. So currently the only thing that I have a issue with having the Owlcrate and the Fairy Loot is I kept getting 2 copies of the same book. So I have a Fairy Loot edition of The Teller of Small Fortunes. This is my beautiful Owlcrate edition. So I've decided to read the things that I have 2 copies of that I don't have a lot about that I got in subscription boxes and get rid of them so that I only have 1 copy. But this is how it's gonna work. So if it's 4.5 stars and up, I will keep both editions. If it is 4 stars and lower, I will be getting rid of one of the copies. For most of my Owlcrate ones, I will be keeping the Owlcrate and getting rid of the Fairy Loot edition, but we shall see. But one of those is The Teller of Small Fortunes. Like I said, I have the Fairy Loot edition on my shelf, and I'm gonna go ahead and read my Owlcrate edition. And it seems like it's gonna be a cozy fantasy, so we're gonna go ahead and give it a try because I did read the synopsis and I am in it. It's kind of hard because I'm in the mood to read it, but I don't know. So this one's a possible maybe. Like this one's a maybe off of the maybes. So yeah, that's another one of the books that I will be reading, maybe reading. Another book that I hopefully will be getting into really soon is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I really want to read this because she's coming out with another book that I currently have in my Amazon cart. Hopefully I can pre-order it. But I've been wanting to read this book since I saw it at our Walmart here. And it seems like it's just gonna be so cozy, and there's jams, and I've just been really wanting to read it, so it's on my TBR for this month. And I don't know when I'm gonna pick it up within this TBR, but I'm gonna pick it up. Now the one that I'm probably going to pick up way sooner, and honestly maybe after reading Satan's Affair is when I will pick it up, is Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is the other Travis Baldrere book from Legends and Lattes. So I'm guessing it's from the same universe, and I can't wait because if it's a D&D themed universe about somebody who's ending their like adventure career and leaving their guild to go open a bookstore, I need it. And I think it might help me get out of my reading slump. So Bookshops and Bone Dust is definitely on my TBR, and I will be picking up way sooner than later than probably all of these books maybe. And I will be tabbing this one because I did tab the heck out of Legends and Lattes. So I will be doing the same with Bookshops and Bone Dust. And with that being said, that is the end of this video. Got a lot of sprayed edges. I just realized I have like 6 sprayed edges in this stack. But yeah, that, like I said, is my TBR. A lot of cozy fantasy and just like cozy-esque vibes in general, besides Satan's Affair, which we all know is a dark romance. Which we all know is a dark romance. So that's about really the only one that's doesn't have like cozy elements to it. The next one would probably be Dracula. The rest of them, they'll have cozy elements to it, and I can't wait. I don't know about Belladonna though. So, chunky stack. We'll see how many I get done by the end of this month, and then we will go from there for my TBR for April. Again, I'm really hoping to start posting regularly soon, and hopefully come at you guys with a new reading vlog. That's kind of different from my like month reading vlogs. I'm actually going to be doing 1 week reading vlogs and see how that goes. So yeah, look forward to that, and thank you guys so much for Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you like this video, hit that like button, and please subscribe if you wanna. Always here. And if you don't really like book content, like cozy content like this, I do post other content. I'm hoping to start doing that soon anyway. But I usually do collection videos, like I'm hopefully going to do my jewelry collection soon if I can find my freaking tripod for my phone, so it's easy to show you guys without like it being so low quality. Although I'm filming on an iPhone 11, which is not the best, but it's all I have right now, so we'll make it work. But anyways, I'm rambling on. But as I was saying, if you guys don't like content like this, I do have a gaming channel as well. It'll be linked down below, but they're like immediate transfers from Twitch, so they're not edited at all. So I suggest that you actually follow my Twitch and watch whenever me and my husband live stream, which we do every day. So yeah, that's what's going on. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.